A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with that other team here in the metropolitan area, the New York Giants. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Down. 18 Gator. 46 to Mike. No game on this defense. No game. That's the way. 22 Jet Bombers. 22 Jet Bombers. That's the way. That's the way.
On 1st and 10, Jones finds his tight end Ingram. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down. A healthy Evan Ingram, that could be a great elixir for New York this year. The season ago, he only played in 11 games because of the injuries, 35 catches, which was a dip down from 2 seasons ago when Ingram caught 64 passes. Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Throwing Jones. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Neville Hewitt in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Check.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, it's Bell, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Saquon Barkley. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
We'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Set, ready? 10 low go.
They go play action here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
On second and 10, Jones. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Jets offense ready to go in this battle in New York. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and
And now they have
out.
that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
We're going to sign. 47, Mike. Mike, 47. I smell fear in that offense. Red 80.
On second down, it's Bell. And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
A loss of 2 on the play. It's third down and 13.
So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on third and 13.
We got 3. We got 3, fellas. We got 3. 5.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 26. He was the leading receiver for the Jets a season ago. Robbie Anderson, 50 catches, over 750 yards, and getting more and more comfortable with Sam Darnold. Now a year plus under their belts collectively. You'd figure that those numbers for Anderson might be trending further north. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got Herndon, his tight end. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a first and 10.
defense. Our time. It's our time.
Darnold from the red zone now. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. There for the sack, B.J. Hill.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Another try after the first down sack. Darnold, Herndon's got it complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Here's Darnold. Throw complete to Herndon. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell, his 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. Henry Anderson there on the stop.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
At the 23-yard line.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Jones. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a giant 1st down on a gain of 16.
1st down,
Go now.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
61, match box, let's go.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. In on the stop, the Pro Bowl strong safety, Jamal Adams. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And now look at him go. 20, 10, and it's a touchdown for the Jets.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Good running for Barkley there on 1st down as he'll get forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd down and 4, Jones. And this is Latimer, complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 44-yard line.
It's a gain of 10.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Now Jones throwing on 1st down. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He'll get 15 and a Giants 1st down.
Let it break.
First down, New York.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Jones on 1st down. That one caught by Ellison. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. They'll run with Barkley. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing. Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Throwing on second and long. Jones. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Jones now throwing on third and long. And that is incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Remember with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season, 97% that is, and was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Come on here, come get some.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Try to lay one up deep. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Incomplete. Janoris Jenkins on the coverage.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Caught here by Bell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. To throw is Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. 11 yards there, first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll run on first down. Bell. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On first down, Jones. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The toss out to Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
But these guys going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Jets offense ready to go in this battle in New York. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw, Darnold. This is caught by Williams. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps.
And he can't get away from the pressure the Giants get there. Kareem Martin. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Darnold. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. Darnold now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now a draw play. This is Bell. A gain of 3, 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now Darnold got an open man. It's a noon one. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Darnold now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Mike 57. Man, 80. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
On 1st down, it's Bell. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Giants' 23-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Darnold now to throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Play action. It's Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault.
Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted. but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Watch the run.
Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He's going to air one out for Anderson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Jones now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Jones, operating from the gun. He completes it to Tate. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
1st down, New York.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Jones finds his tight end Ingram. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. A give to Barkley out of the gun. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. From the 36, Jones, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing, Jones. It's caught, Shepard. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. Now it's Barkley, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. The big fella, the 30, past the 20. And we are tied. They return it to the house. And now Charles, the extra point, can give them the lead.
And they did it on defense. What a play.
And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit. Important extra point up and through, and that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. Michael Thomas on the stop. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Darnold. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bell. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. He'll look to throw. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down. He's back to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Bell. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and now it's 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
On the catch, it's Crowder. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
It's 4th down.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to almost certainly win the football game. And his kick is indeed good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'll be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
And right now it all rests on the right foot of Aldrick Rosas. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And this doesn't get there. It's no good. They had to go for it, but their final effort here is going to come up short. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Jets, it's a rare bright spot in what's been a tough season as they move to 2-7 now on the year. And they will hit the road next.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple school. I got